Thank you once again, Henry. This is the final match of the week, and it will be contested between Scotland and Poland. And it is between this man who won Group A earlier in the week. He hasn't lost a lot of matches this week. In fact, he has now only lost twice all week after playing 18 games. That's not a bad recovery when it comes to playing the amount of games that you do in this week, and your win percentage is over 90%. It is miraculous when you think about it.
First leg, it's Andy to throw first. Game on!
But the thorn in his side was Sebastian Bialecki in the first 3 days of the week. He beat him 4-2 on Monday. Then he succumbed to him 4-2 and 4-3 in the next couple of days. And that's a message sent with the first 3 darts. Welcome back, Matt Edgar, and welcome to the final.
Well, that's some way to walk through a door, isn't it? You walk through to a maximum visit to kick things off. That focus on the face of Andy Bolton.
57.
I think that's one thing that the experience gives you, the ability to sort of come in and out of concentration on demand.
180.
This could be the best final we've ever seen, judging by the start. Andy's probably thinking, don't you dare do this to me again.
59.
And I'm not talking about Sebastian, I'm talking about the final situation. 109.31 the average of Scott Taylor when Andy was beaten in that final in the previous series.
96.
That final did not take long. But on this occasion, he's undefeated tonight. So is Sebastian.
59.
Someone
record 125.
can't keep that going. Someone won't, but someone will.
105.
Big ask.
And he require 146.
If he hits this, we might even get one of those X-Factor wiggles.
Andy Bolton threw first in this leg and kicked off with a 180. He might not even get a shot at a finish.
Sebastian, you require 20. Game show.
Amazing start.
Sebastian
Andy
Bialecki
won the bull in the practice room in the only bullseye shootout of the week. It's now been rendered pointless.
Second against Sebastian
now.
to throw first. Game on.
If you offered Andy Bolton 3-3 right now, he would take it because he would have the darts in the last leg. But what is going through the veins of this cold-blooded darting killer from Poland? Won 4-1 in the semi-finals and put in his best performance of the entire night.
100.
If you look at his nightly average of 87.06, it's not that dissimilar to Andy's of 86.75. And I know you're not invested in the stats for the night.
98.
But the improvement throughout the night from Sebastian, it is evident. He's gone from an 82 average winning, 86 to 92.
92.
And already, this is better than that.
And already he's done the biggest job of them all. And let's get the advantage of the throw. It is a very short format game. And you're playing at the sort of level that these guys are.
If you're looking for signs, how about the doubling for the night? Bialecki, 43%.
96.
Compared to Andy's 36%. Things are pointing towards Bialecki for now. But it's all about the situation that they're in.
134.
Not the situation they have been in.
Like I mentioned to Henry, the context of the game is so different because the ones previously was for points.
Sebastian, you require 91.
A lot of pounds. A big jump in prize money here.
25 scored, yeah.
And a chance at more. 2 nines.
73.
Just had a chance for
and
the
he
halfway
require
mark.
113.
He needs to rescue himself with a break back.
93.
That looked really good in the air.
Sebastian, you require 18.
Sometimes you throw a dart and you think it's in. I have the feeling that Andy thought when that left his hand it was in.
No score. And he required 20.
From Bialecki. And that good work in the last leg when he broke the throw might all be undone.
Game show on the second leg. Andy Bolton.
Andy survives and he gets his first leg in his Super Series final career. As he was done to nil the last time
first. Game on.
he was in a final. Bialecki will not show his emotions in this final. Andy will.
140.
The numerical value of pounds on offer is an additional £2,500. They are guaranteed that amount of money. But the winner will get 5,000 and the golden invitation to come back at the end of July.
100.
The way that Bolton's been playing over the last 6 months or so, you would expect him to be in a Champions Week this year. He's currently ranked 8th in the Challenge Tour averages list. Bialecki is just behind him in 13th. We're talking about some of the elite players in the second level of the game.
Well, Andy Bolton's been qualifying for quite a lot of European tours via the associate member route. And he is also qualified for a European tour that is coming up later in the year. A little bit of a run in that event, and he could make the European Championships.
110.
That would be a big achievement if he was to do that.
58. And he requires 32.
There's 12 darts.
Game show
Leaves himself on the double and
Andy
takes it
Bolton.
in one. A 13 darter to hold. And that just swats away the challenge there of Sebastian Bialecki.
Sebastian to throw first.
Has he weathered the storm? Or is there another storm coming?
100.
We do live in an era where storms have fancy names. Some of them are not so fancy.
97.
Storm Sebastian sounds a bit more ominous than Storm Andy. But it depends how you look at it.
100. $97.
I mentioned how he controlled the last match, not with blistering brilliance, but just finding a treble each throw.
140.
You know how you mentioned that Andy Bolton is going to be taking part in a European tour event?
44.
So is Sebastian. He's
require
going to be
161.
playing in Budapest at the end of September.
$137.
You said it was going to be 4-3. You couldn't pitch your tent on a player, but you did so on a score.
59.
Not for the first time tonight.
Sebastian, you require
I'm in
24.
full agreement.
Game show on the fourth leg.
13 darter
Sebastian
for Andy Bolton.
Bialecki.
And you thought that might be the moment he's going to start opening up in this match. Sebastian Bialecki hits back with a 13 darter of his own.
Like it's Andy to throw
opening
first.
their shoulders. Just how important will it be that Andy has the throw in 2 of the 3 remaining legs?
100.
You can see that the Farmy Army is no longer here. And our crowd has somewhat halved. But these people want to see who wins this week. The trophy is on the stage, and somebody's fingerprints are going to be placed on it in the next 10 minutes.
140.
Maybe 12. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
What's happening right now is the player with the throw is putting in a big performance.
140.
Which is forcing the opponent into 12 or less.
The reason I mentioned that Hungarian Darts Trophy qualification for Sebastian
140.
is because in the final game to make that tournament, he beat a Super Series player in Vyacheslav Sedlak of Czechia. But in that final, he averaged over 104
and he recorded 121
in 7 legs. He could still do that in this game. But it looks more likely that he'll have to win the last 2 legs of the contest to get the victory.
81.
Or will there be another twist?
99.
Something along the lines of
and he required 40.
somebody missing 3 darts at double. Double 10.
30.
He does miss.
Sebastian required 92.
To break the throw at probably the most crucial moment. He's going to need a treble. Can't find it, so Andy Bolton
76.
bit of a let off here.
And he required
Double
10.
5 can often get messy.
Game show on the 5th leg.
Not
Andy
very
Bolton.
messy at all. And there's the first wiggle of the week. I get the feeling if he gets another leg, the wiggle
See if we
will
get
get
Sebastian
wigglier.
to throw first. Game on.
Every game they've played
99.
this week has gone a minimum of 6 legs. They've almost written the story of week 7, these two. But somebody will remain standing when one person
140.
has to leave the stage. Is it going to be another chapter of the apprenticeship of Sebastian
100.
where he will have a near miss? Or will it be a long-awaited weekly title for Bolton?
100.
He's living every dart. Has he got much left in that shoulder?
Whatever he's got left, he's going to give every single ounce of it to try and get this weekly
132.
title. Great thinking and great application there as well from Bialecki to leave himself on what we've just seen is checkout of the week.
The only 170 of the week.
100.
Came from
Sebastian
Tommy
required
Lishman.
170.
Another?
Game
what a
show on
time
the
for a
6th
max
flag.
finish.
Sebastian Bialecki.
Wow. What a crescendo to leg 6. And what a crescendo
7th
to the
and
week
final
we're
leg. It's
about
Andy
to
to throw
have.
first. Game on.
Bolton has the darts off the back of watching Bialecki finding the biggest finish of the lot.
And that was a
100.
12-dart leg. He joins checkout of the week, but that one's got more context to it. That was in the biggest game of the week. That's in the final
100.
in a situation where if he'd have missed that, he could have lost the week.
Game of the week, undoubtedly, James Hurrell and Scott Mitchell. The average was massive in that game.
97.
But if you add context, it's all about this game. This is the best game of the week. And we are very close to finding out who joins the
58.
6-person pack for Champions Week.
$140.
Big darts at a big time. Bialecki can't leave a finish from 3-4-3. Was the big push, was the 170 in vain.
And he recorded
Andy Bolton,
164.
6 darts at 164 to resist the charge from Bialecki,
100.
who's averaging over 100 in this final.
$57. And he requires 64.
Opportunity for the weekly title. It'll be 2 darts At double eight, and he only needs the one.
And the Week 7
Andy
Modus
Bolton
Super Series champion.
Week 7 title.
Andy Bolton.
Last time he was here, he was the runner-up. He missed out to 109 average. It looked like it was going to go the same way. Sebastian Bialecki, for a lot of that match, running over the 100 average. He hit back with a 13 darter to reprieve against the 13 darter of Andy Bolton. He hit the big 170 finish towards the end with a 12 dart leg. He pushed him all the way, but in the last leg, a 14 darter from Andy Bolton was more than enough to push him over the line. He picks up the title. £5,000 goes the way of Andy Bolton. He also gets a place into Champions Week, where he'll be coming back to play for £20,000. He is the 7th man in the list. 12 players will be coming back in a couple of weeks' time, as we now hand over to our presentation party.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please show your appreciation for this week's winner, Andy Bolton? And now to present the trophy, would you please welcome to the stage the asset, Paul Nicholson.
Well, Andy Bolton, many, many congratulations to you for picking up the trophy. I'll just bring you over here. We'll have a quick chat with you. Many, many congratulations. Well done on winning Week 7. Well, you were here last time. You came so close against Scott Taylor in the final. This time, you're into Champions Week. Well done.
Well, but when he clocked that 170 for free each, I'm like, oh, deja vu. I'm like, and I felt like it was a really good game. It was like, you know, it was really steady, and I think winning the ball was massive in the end. And yeah, I think I don't know if every leg went with throw, but just a relief. Like, I'm so relieved. Like,
when that 170 goes in, Sebastian's the only player this week to have beaten you. In the back of your mind, are you thinking possibly here we go again? Because Sebastian's done that to you a couple of times.
Yeah, I think a couple of times. Obviously, he's beaten me twice this week, I think, and. I just remember back, sorry Gary, but with Gary Stone beat me in the group stages, and you know, this is the big night. You know, this is the if you lose a game, you go home tonight, sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, I just love it there. I think it's brilliant. Like, it's really helped me having a couple of days off. I've still felt like I've struggled a little bit, but the first game against James, I was so nervous. Like, it's definitely the most nervous I've been while I've been here. But, yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing.
We can tell. Paul, you've been watching this final. What was your take on Andy's performance?
Stunning performance. I think his grit and determination this week has been first class. And to beat everybody that you've faced this week, it's got to make you feel good. Yeah,
I mean, to look at the group, I thought it was a tough group. I thought Group A was... I don't want to think it, but like, you know, there was 3 or 4 guys that I really knew that, you know, were big tests, and then the people that came in on Thursday were like, wow, I'm kind of glad they weren't in Group A, if you like. I think I looked because I had a couple of days spare. I had a look at the ranking tables and that, and there was like 4 guys in the top 16 of the Challenge Tour that were in the final tonight, and then Owen Bates would have made 5, but he didn't even qualify. And yeah, I'm just like buzzing really. I felt like I missed out last time because, you know, a great performance from Scott, and that's what he was capable of. And when I did my interview earlier, I knew there was 2 or 3 guys that were capable of one of them performances. But yeah, it's warm up here as well. So warm for a fat old guy.
What was the conditions like? Because obviously it's in the summer heat. Do you have to kind of adapt the way you prepare for games to deal with the conditions?
It's so different. The last time I was here, it was the winter. So we were going back to the players' room for a heat, and then we were coming up here and it was freezing. Whereas this time it's like so warm, and then the air conditioning's on in the players' room, so you go back for a cool down. And you know, when you're you know, a little bit overweight and a little bit whatever, you're just so happy for a cool down.
I've got some good news and some bad news, Andy. The good news is you're coming back in just over a month to play in Champions Week for a chance at 20 grand. But the bad news is it's probably going to be hotter then. So is this experience going to help that?
Well, I go on holiday, actually, in 2 weeks or something. I come back. I'm going on a cruise from Southampton. I come back, I land in Southampton. So as long as I'm in for the week, I'll just basically get off the ferry and I'll have topped up the time. So everything will be great. And yeah, I just hope they've got a dartboard on the ferry, really. So because I'll need to have a practice. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm absolutely. I don't know if you can tell, I am buzzing. Like, my little boy Bailey will be at home, like, he's playing darts tomorrow, he's leaving at 7 o'clock. He's only 12, but he'll be up tonight, hopefully. He'll have watched that, and that'll bring him on. But, like, yeah, I'm relieved, I think, is the thing. You know, last time I got... Sorry, am I talking too much?
No, absolutely. Feel free.
If you're talking more than Henry, you're doing something right. Yeah?
There's an issue there.
No, but like, yeah, I'm just, the relief. I know I'm playing. You know, it's weird, but this is like it's a massive stepping stone. I have like, my career is over such a long period of time, and you know, I always feel, oh, I just miss out, or things don't go my way, and you know, finally, and maybe this is like a catalyst for things to come. But I'm really enjoying the year as it's gone so far, and yeah, this is like massive hats off to all of you involved. That like, it's brilliant, Danny. I love it.
Well, we've enjoyed having you here, Andy. Many congratulations. We'll let you go and enjoy the celebrations. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Bolton. Woo! Many congratulations. Paul, I'll just have a quick chat with you just to sum up what we've seen as Andy Bolton celebrates there with a trophy. To be honest, on Dart 1, he was the big favourite, wasn't he? The expectation, everything that happened, of course, the last time he was here. And you know what? He's absolutely backed it up, hasn't he? Absolutely. A weekly brilliant performance. And I just go back to what I said about him beating everybody that's been put in front of him. It reminds me of Lennox Lewis. He beat everybody that he ever boxed. And when you can go to bed that night and say, do you know what, everybody that was put in front of me this week, I was able to beat them. And at the end, he was tested so much by Bialecki, who hit him with everything he had. But ultimately, Andy was right. Winning that bullseye in the practice room was enormous. Well, Paul, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you this week. Thank you so much for your company over the last 6 days. And the best bit, we do it all again on Monday morning. And my goodness, have we got a lineup for you. The defending champion is going to be back to try and reclaim the crown. Luke Littler is going to be in action. Leonard Gates always entertains us here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And we've got a former runner-up at Champions Week, Matt Clark, in action. So we'll see you for that Monday morning, 9:30, the action begins. But as far as week 7's concerned, Andy Bolton, well, he just had that X factor, didn't he? Take care. Bye-bye for now.